shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks. If there is just one style of video I get constant requests for, it would be ranking videos. To be even more specific here, ranking the ninja. While I've made a fair share of ranking the ninja videos in the past, I figured it was about time I spent some time remaking the video here for you all today, with any necessary updates. And hopefully in even better quality this time around. With this intro out of the way, sit back, relax, and let's get on with my ranking. And also, really quickly here, just keep in mind that these are obviously my own personal opinions. Your ranking may be entirely different, and that's okay. Be sure to leave your own lists down below in the comments. Also, if you end up enjoying today's video, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I hate to sound like I'm begging, but it truly does help me out so much, and we are really trying to reach 5,000 subscribers, so at least please do consider it. With this being said though, let's dive straight into my ranking. Coming in at last place is Kai. I know it sounds pretty harsh, but please hear me out on this one. I used to be a big fan of Kai. I think most people have had a Kai phase at some point in their lives. However, with recent seasons, I've just found him to be significantly more boring than usual, you could say. It's not a fault of Kai's character itself, but it's mainly due to a lack of development on the writer's part. Do I think that if Kai had more time in the spotlight, he could potentially become a much better character, and a much more interesting character too, with more depth? Yeah, absolutely. But as it is right now, I find that Kai is severely lacking in that department, and he doesn't even have any great character work from earlier seasons that may potentially make him more interesting and to carry him from the lack of focus in later seasons. He suffered for quite a while now, and it's the only reason he's down here on my list. My next ranking really pains me to say, but Zane is second to bottom here. Zane. He truly just used to be my favourite, man. I had a massive Zane phase back in the day when I was first getting into the show way back in 2016. But I find that, as with Kai, the Wild Brain seasons have held him back so much. I feel as though Zane has always gotten the short end of the stick really with all of Ninjago, with his only proper big character moments in my opinion being in episode 7 of season 1 and in the season 3 finale. When you think about it, at least to me, those are the two biggest moments Zane has ever really had throughout the entire series. While he's had other impactful moments since then here and there, I wouldn't say that they are enough, especially for a character with as much potential as Zane. To me it just feels like he's underutilised, to put it simply, and therefore he just kind of suffers due to that. If he was utilised more and got way more focus than what he gets currently, yeah, I think he could be a fantastic, amazing character. As it stands currently though, yeah, no, Zane suffers a lot due to a blatant lack of focus and development. My next listing is absolutely going to be controversial, but next we do in fact have Lloyd, the Green Ninja himself, the ninja that outshines the rest in an objective sense. Lloyd has soaked up screen time for years at this point in time, and has had twice as much focus and development as any other ninja when you think about it. And although Lloyd has had a lot of time to develop over the years, to me, he just remains boring quite frankly, and I'm not the biggest fan of him. He's straight up annoying to me a lot of the time. He's kind of boring, bland, and very generic as a main hero. It's for these reasons that simply, I'm not the biggest fan of Lloyd. At the same time though, I absolutely cannot deny the fact that he's had some great moments in the story surrounding him, but again, at the end of the day, he simply falls flat in a lot of areas in my personal opinion. I feel as though this next one is going to be unpopular, but who knows, since Seabound, maybe this is coming around to be more and more of a popular opinion within the Ninjago community, but I genuinely love Nia's character. I didn't used to be the biggest fan of her, really at all, but as I rewatched old seasons more and more, even before Seabound had even released, I really came around to her character and appreciated her way more. I feel as though, overall, Nia's overarching character arc has been pretty amazing throughout the entire run of the show, and outshines a lot of other ninja in that way. I know she gets a lot of hate for her performance in Season 6, mainly, but I think that's because people refuse to see her own perspective on things at moments like that. She's a very solid character and has had so many amazing character moments. Nia is definitely not a character to be overlooked and forgotten about, that's for certain. To be honest with you, although we are at the number 2 spot, you could consider this to be the number 1 spot as well, as they are almost interchangeable. I love these two ninja almost equally, but still, to be a little more official with this list, we have Jay up next. As I was saying earlier with Kai and Zane, they've fallen behind as of late, mainly in the Wild Brain area of the show, and Jay has too, in a way. For example, his voice has gotten significantly higher, making him way more irritating and watered down, you could say, than usual, and he's also taken a fairly big back seat. With this being said, unlike Kai and Zane, his performance from earlier seasons is what really stands out to me and carries him to this day. Since the very beginning of the show, Jay has been changing and evolving, while still keeping his original identity at the same time and keeping that comedic side to him. He's provided a lot of comedic moments throughout the show. However, this all changed with Season 6. We saw a different, way more mature and serious side to Jay that was simply brilliant to see. It made Jay's character even more appealing, and Jay's entire arc in Skybound was one of the highest quality stories we have ever had from a Ninjago to me. I really don't have any complaints. Overall, Jay is just an amazing character. I really do love him a lot. Obviously though, we are at the #1 spot, and as you may have already guessed, Cole is here up next. Funny, serious, warming, caring. These are just a few key elements that make up Cole's character. I was starting to love Cole a few years back, but what really cemented him as the best in my eyes was Season 13. It completely boosted these core qualities that make up Cole's character, expanded on them, and made him so much better. And finally gave Cole spotlight, something he barely had before this point in time. An extremely quality season that made Cole the best ninja in my eyes. To cut this even shorter though in just a simple sentence, what isn't there to love about Cole? With this all being said though, that is just about going to do it for my list here. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing my ranking of each and every main ninja in Ninjago, and although you may disagree with some of my options, hopefully you were able to see my own thoughts on this and kind of see my perspective on this. With all of this being said though, be sure to drop your own lists and rankings down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. We all have different opinions and it's important to hear one another out, so yeah, be sure to go and do that. If you did enjoy today's video though, be sure to leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more very similar to this, plus so much more every day, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new videos whenever I do post them. With all of this being said though guys, I will see you all soon for my next one. Goodbye.